Hello everyone. So we will be talking about one of the structure of a cell, and that is cytoplasm. We have already seen this figure during the discussion of animal cell and plant cell, right? So now in this video we will be only focusing on the cytoplasmic part, the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is actually the protoplasmic mass. Protoplasm means which is the living component. So cytoplasm is the protoplasmic mass, right, of a cell. And if you see, it is present inside. This is the plasma membrane, right? So it is present inside the plasma membrane, because if we talk about any generalized cell, whether animal cell or plant cell, it is the plasma membrane next to which is your cytoplasm, right? And again, if we locate the center part, if we see the center part, it is the nucleus, right? So it is the part which is inner to plasma membrane, but excluding this nucleus, right? So this entire matrix, the ground substance, the fluid substance, which is surrounded by the outer membrane as plasma membrane and excluding the nucleus and definitely the organelles that are present. So the ground matrix, right, the fluid part inside the cell, that is the cytoplasm, right? And if we are talking about animal cell, generalized animal cell, that is spread throughout. But if we're talking about plant cell, then we know that there is a large vacuole which is present. If you're talking about plant cell, then a large vacuole is present, and that makes the cytoplasm in a plant cell peripheral. That means the cytoplasm is towards the boundary, just because the central part, almost the central part, is acquired by the presence of the vacuole. That's why the cytoplasm becomes peripheral towards the boundary, right? So this is how the cytoplasm acquire the space inside animal cell and plant cell, right? Next important thing is that the cytoplasm can be divided in two parts. First of all is the matrix part, the liquid fluid part, right? And the other part is cell organelle. We talk about mitochondria, we talk about endoplasmic. These are also parts of the cytoplasm only. So that's why cytoplasm is divided in two parts. Cytoplasmic matrix, the jelly-like part, the fluid-like part, and the cell organelle. So we were talking about two parts of the cytoplasm, right? Cytoplasmic matrix, which is also known as cytosol, and cell organelle, right? So let us just come one after the other. So we are focusing on to cytoplasmic matrix, right? So cytoplasmic matrix is also known as cytosol, and it is seen, like I said, the matrix is the fluid part, the liquid part. It is viscous, it is homogeneous liquid, right, that contains various materials within. Now, what are those material? It is actually the composition that I am talking about. It is composed of water, various ions are present, then enzymes that are involved in various biochemical reactions, right? Vitamins, amino acids, carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, etc. Right? So this entire matrix, fluid, liquid, is formed out of all these materials, and metabolic reaction takes place within this cytosol, within this matrix, within this fluid component of a cell. So what is metabolic reaction? Metabolic reaction or metabolism is actually categorized as anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism, where materials are synthesized. Catabolism is where materials are broken down. I repeat, anabolized or anabolism is where materials are synthesized, and catabolism where materials are broken down. So if any component is produced, if any component is broken down, that type of reaction is called as metabolic reaction. And this metabolic reaction takes place inside the matrix, right? The next is the cell organelle, right? Cell organelles are actually ultra microscopic components. That is why I have mentioned here as tiny parts. They are very, very small, and not even a compound microscope can actually help to observe. So they are tiny parts or structures that are present within the cell, right? Floating on this cytoplasm. And these structures are specialized. All the organelles, they are specialized to perform specific function. Like if we talk about endoplasmic reticulum, if we talk about Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, all are specialized to perform a specific function. And it is seen that all the organelles are membrane bound. That means all these specialized organelles, specialized structures, they have their own membrane, and that is why it is mentioned as membrane bound. It is specifically prominent in case of all eukaryotic cells, but it is not that prominent in case of prokaryotic cells. In prokaryotic cells, organelles are not seen with membrane present on them. Is it clear? Prokaryotes do not have membrane bound organelles, but eukaryotic cells are seen to have prominent membranes present just surrounding the organelle, right? And I have mentioned few names of examples of endoplasmic reticulum, examples of cell organelle, and that is endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, mitochondria, chloroplast. All are the examples of cell organelle. I haven't categorized according to animal cell or plant cell, but all these are termed under cell organelle, right? So we come to the last part of this discussion, and that is functions of cytoplasm. So one by one we will focus on to the cytoplasmic function, right? So here, first of all, I am talking about raw material. So whatever raw material that will be required for any kind of cellular activity, any kind of cell activity, that will be produced, that will be present in the cytoplasm. Clear? We move to the next function, and that is synthesis. So any kind of production, any kind of formation of any biomolecules like fatty acids, amino acids, right, nucleotides, all these type of components, biomolecules, will be synthesized in the cytoplasm, right? Coming to the part of respiration. We know respiration means a breakdown of glucose molecule to liberate energy, right? So this respiration takes place, the biochemical reaction of the respiration, actually part of it takes place in the cytoplasmic matrix. A part of it, not the entire respiration, only a part of that respiration takes place within the cytoplasmic matrix, right? Now think, if any synthesis is taking place, if any formation of biomolecules are taking place, then definitely products will be formed. So any kind of product, whether it is essential, whether it is waste product, that is also present within the cytoplasm, right? And according to its utility, it is either used by the cell or it is removed from the cell, right? Next is exchange of material. Now, as we know that various synthesis takes place, so the raw material may be coming out from, maybe it is taken in from the outside, taken inside the cytoplasm, right? So there must be an exchange of material, important material, then essential materials must be taken in, and that taking in process is through either osmosis, right? We have understood end osmosis, then diffusion. So by these processes we can exchange, we can take in material inside the cell, as well as the waste products that will be produced during the reaction, that can also be exchanged, like means it can be removed from the cell by performing exocytosis, or removal through osmotic process, and that is exosmosis, where molecules or any waste products can be removed, right? So with this we come to the end of the discussion on cytoplasm. Thank you.